All right, so I know some of our biggest news for today. It shouldn't have been a surprise. It's something that virtually every state now is having to do. Ohio, Indiana, even Tennessee announced it. And that is my recommendation that we not have in-person classes through the rest of the school year. Now, I know for many, this is hard. We had seniors that were looking forward to an in-person graduation and a prom. I've got a son who's graduating from elementary school. And we have every student out there that has lost this time to be able to be with their classmates and therefore for in-person instruction. It's going to be a little bit harder because it doesn't look like at this stage we're going to be able to have a regular in-person graduation and certainly can't have an in-person prom. And it's not fair. If you're watching, it's not. But a worldwide pandemic has hit us, and those of you who are missing out on these opportunities, we need your help and we need your sacrifice. And ultimately, the experience you're losing is hard, but your willingness to do it is going to help us save lives. And regardless of what age that you're at, whether graduating from an elementary or a middle school, a high school, or even a college, this shouldn't have to be asked of you, but it is. This is a time that we are all called on to do more than maybe we ever thought we could, but knowing what the stakes are. So to all of you, I understand your disappointment, but thank you. Thank you for your willingness to help other people. Just because you might not be there for an in-person type of service doesn't mean that your achievement isn't just as amazing. And I think that you will look back. And I think what you'll be able to say is, in that year, I wasn't able to do what everybody else had been able to do before. But nobody else could say that by having their graduation differently, they protected people's lives and their health. And each and every one of you that's giving something up are doing exactly that. We appreciate you, and that's a gift to Kentucky and to humanity.
Hello, Hawk students, parents, and guardians. My name is Anthony Rice, and welcome to our 8th grade graduation. Before we move on to the next part of our lives, let's celebrate what we did at Westport Middle School.
Good afternoon, Westport. We are very excited to have you here virtually today to celebrate what is the ending of your middle school career. Now, we usually have our promotion program in our gym with large groups of all your friends and family that can make it. But unfortunately, we're not able to do that this year. We're going to be working through your program virtually. So we're going to have all those same elements that we pack into our promotion programs, but we're going to be doing it virtually this year. One of the things that we've learned throughout this school year and ultimately throughout our middle school experience is the power of perseverance. And one of the elements of our backpack of success skills is resiliency. And that's one thing that I know our 8th graders have shown us throughout these last several weeks where we've been going through NTI, non-traditional instruction. We are very excited for what you guys have shown us over these last several weeks, and that it ultimately is an indicator for all that you have learned during your middle school career. You've had 3 years to prepare for this, and this was almost an opportunity for you guys to have that independent learning experience. And we want to make sure that you understand how impressed we are with all that you've been able to accomplish. And couldn't be more excited to know that we are preparing a great group of kids to transition and be successful at high school. That's what middle school ultimately is. It's a preparation ground to make sure that you are kind of getting through those years leading up to middle school or through up to high school. We want to make sure that you know that all the work that we've put into, all the things that we've done to make sure that you are ready for this moment, that you are ready to make that transition, that just a few years ago you transitioned to middle school and here you are now transitioning again to high school. Now, when you go on to high school, you'll find new groups of friends. You'll have all sorts of great opportunities that will be afforded to you by being a part of whatever high school you choose to go to. But one of the things we want you to know is that you're always a Westport Warhawk. That once you're a Warhawk, you're always a Warhawk, and you're always welcome back. And I know we didn't have the opportunity to have kind of that 8th grade send-off like we love to have and we always traditionally have. We want to make sure that you know that you're always welcome to stay in touch. Come in and check in and visit with your teachers. Check in on the old Westport Middle School and just see that things are still there and you are certainly an important part of our history. Now, we wouldn't be able to get here without the support of a number of people. And we've had a tremendous group of teachers that have helped you over these last 3 years. The staff here at Westport is second to none. And we couldn't be more proud of all the work that they've put in and that you've put in over these last 3 years, and especially these last several weeks to get you to this point. But we also have another group of folks that we need to thank. We've all got a lot of family members, parents, siblings, dear ones, loved guardians, everyone who has helped us get to this point. We can't get here by ourselves. It takes the support of everyone around us to help make this happen. And I want to make sure that we thank all of those who have helped get you to this point. So just know that if you are a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, a guardian, aunt, uncle, whomever you are that has helped get you our students to where they're at, we certainly appreciate all of your support because it does take everyone working together to make it possible to educate middle school students. We know that these last 3 years have been very instrumental. We've seen a ton of growth in our students, not only physical growth, but also that emotional, social, and intellectual growth that we expect during these formative years. We've got a lot of kids who are certainly ready to take on the world around them. They're going to do a great job taking on all the challenges that high school presents and meet those head on because they are successful and they've found that success, they've found that confidence to move forward in all that they do. So in closing, I want to wish everyone good luck. Certainly in these uncertain times, we want to make sure that everyone is staying healthy and safe. And we want to make sure that you know how much we appreciate and we love you guys. And we certainly want to make sure that you are prepared for everything that comes your way. And you have demonstrated that to the fullest. So we certainly appreciate all that the class of 2020 has done for Westport. And we wish you nothing but the best in high school. Thank you guys very much.
Always When us birds first hatched, we hadn't yet found our voice. Our peers felt unfamiliar, even though we were all in the same nest. It was scary entering middle school. Everything felt airy, as if even the wind would topple us over. The sky was full of countless stars, and we struggled to see the constellations. But there were others to guide us, more experienced members of the flock, as well as teachers. Shedding our hatchling fluff and emerging with new wings, Westport nurtured our curiosities and helped us to our feet. By 7th grade, we gained confidence to laugh more, to form bonds with those around us. The stars in the sky began to twinkle, and we discovered new hopes, new dreams. By the end of 8th grade, Westport has prepared us for places far beyond the nest, a whole universe. We seek out stars and desire to explore endless skies. In Westport, we found courage to open our hearts, finding empathy for those around us. We found courage to open our minds, staying thoughtful of others in all their diversity. And we found the courage to open our wings and take off soaring, with a hope to catch the stars.
Hello, I'm Laura Peasley, and I will be giving this year's Math Awards. The two students receiving the Student of the Year Award in Math are always dedicated to their learning. They work really hard, day in and day out. They never give up, are always eager to learn when they come to class, and as quiet leaders in their classes, they are respected and well-liked by their classmates. They are often challenging their classmates to think at deeper levels and always push themselves to go the extra mile. I'm so proud to announce that the 2020 Math Students of the Year are Madeline Schnell and Caleb Singleton.
All right, so I'm going to be presenting the 2019-2020 Social Studies Awards. So the students who are receiving the Social Studies Award are students who have a real presence in the classroom. Not only do they consistently turn in exceptional work, they are leaders in the classroom and role models to their peers. I love engaging with them during class and pushing them to think critically. And I expect great things from these students in the future. And I know that the future of our country is in great hands. So I'm proud to give the Social Studies Award to Annie Parks and Darren Wells. Congratulations, guys.
The two students I chose for the Language Arts Award are conscientious and diligent ELA students, always reflecting on their work and looking for ways to improve. You'll always see these students with books because they're constantly reading. One student can often be seen creating stories that contain other worlds and asking for more time to write in her writer's notebook. And another student takes a more methodical approach, quietly working hard to be her best. The Language Arts Awards for this year go to Julia Barsh and Novi Ramos.
The two students I will be recognizing as Science Students of the Year exhibited the characteristics of a scientist all school year long. They always came to class curious about the day's lesson, were detailed in their work, and consistently turned in work the whole school year. Even when they struggled or hit a bump in the road, they maintained a positive attitude and forged ahead. Those are qualities that all great scientists have, and that is why I'm giving the Science Award this year to Madison Bird and Blaze Hanna.
Since the first day of school, the student receiving the Most Improved Award was always respectful and kind. But he wasn't always focused and sometimes talked a little too much. But around November, he turned everything around. Now he's not only respectful and kind, but he's also focused, hardworking, and he does exceptional work. I'm so proud of Atticus Cross Smith, and I know he'll do great things in high school.
All right, so the next award that I will be presenting is the Maria Montessori Award. The young lady receiving this award is one of the hardest working students I have ever taught. She always goes above and beyond to produce amazing work, and she always adds her own creative style to everything she does. She is extremely kind, genuine, and well respected among her peers. She asks for help when she needs it, and she's always working to improve. She sets high standards for herself in everything she does, and it really shows. We are so proud to give the Maria Montessori Award to Paige Franklin. Congratulations, girl.
I have the honor of announcing this year's Citizenship Award. The student earning the 2020 Citizenship Award has a huge, genuine heart for others. He gets along with everyone and is always looking for ways to help. Because of his ability to empathize with other people's needs, he has become a really big advocate for the students on the Doves team. He's a friend to so many people, and we are proud to have him represent the Hawks. The Citizenship Award goes to Tucker Mingus.
I'm Miss Spalding, 8th grade counselor at Westport Middle School, and although we can't be together, I still wanted to recognize a few students on the Hawks team. The first two students I want to recognize were in a group called the Smile Makers and Cupcakes. Each week they would help spread kindness anonymously among their peers and teachers. They made cards, gave out candy, and were always looking for other students who also showed kindness. The Hawks Smile Makers and Cupcakes were Anessa Dezelic and Diamond Roach. The next student will receive the Virtual Counselors Award. She has a gentle, approachable demeanor. She is trustworthy and compassionate, never taking sides, and always a trusted, loyal friend. This is a friend you want to cry on or celebrate your victories. We are so fortunate to have had her in our lives. This year's Virtual Counselors Award goes to Noah Gambriel. Thank you for going above and beyond our expectations, and congratulations, Hawks Class of 2020.
And it is now my distinct honor to award this year's Principal Award for the Hawks team. Now, this year's recipient is one that we are very excited about. When I always have the opportunity to talk with our teachers about the Principal's Award, we look at a couple of different criteria, and some of them include someone who's academically sound in the classroom, but more importantly, does a great job exemplifying what it means to be a Westport Warhawk, and specifically what it means to be a Hawk. And so when we looked at this year's candidates and who we considered, there was one person that stood out. And this person has been someone who from day one in our building has been involved in various activities and athletics and has done a fantastic job. They've demonstrated over the last 3 years an unparalleled work ethic, that they not only challenge and have high expectations of themselves, but they also challenge their peers in the classroom just by their presence, the conversations they have, and their ability to connect with their peers. This person's always friendly, always smiling, and they're very goal-oriented. So we're very excited for their future. So it's without further ado that we identify and recognize Jackson Leaning is this year's Principals Award recipient. So congratulations, Jackson.
I don't know about y'all, but I cannot believe that I spent 3 years at Westport. As most of you do, I remember walking into school on the first day of 6th grade. We were all scared out of our minds, but the similarities may have stopped there. Some of us had tons of friends that were going to school with us. Some of us didn't. Some of us were scared and excited, and some crazy people out there were just excited, no horrific feelings at all. But if you're anything like me, the dominant emotion you felt was terror with a tiny bit of hopefulness. But we soon learned that there was absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Our fears of not being able to find the bathroom, not making any friends, not being able to find our classes, or instinctively reaching for our phones and getting in trouble started to melt away. They melted away because we eventually started to realize that the quote, scary adults were here to help us. They were here to help us learn, to grow, to have experiences that will teach us what we need to know for the future. And that's exactly what middle school is all about. Learning experiences were what we're really here for. Whether they come through actual classwork, making friends, or even field trips. One of the learning experiences that I had, and maybe you did too, that was the most meaningful, took place in 6th grade. Y'all remember when we read the book Wonder and then we went to watch the movie? That was one of the first times that we were ever taught kindness in school. Personally, this one really stayed in my head. I think about the theme of the story a lot, and it taught me to always be kind no matter what. Moving on to 7th grade, we went to the parklands. On this trip, we were taught about nature and how to appreciate it. Now we had been taught to take care of each other and nature. Now, 8th grade, we probably got the most direct lesson when we went to the Freedom Center. What we learned there taught us several new things and emphasized others from before. It further emphasized that we need to take care of others. It also introduced new points though. It showed us that we have to stay educated no matter what. Whether that's, going to college or just staying abreast on what's happening in the media and politics, so as to take care of each other and make sure history doesn't repeat itself. This pandemic is teaching us too. Although the school year isn't ending super fun the way we expected, it's teaching us perseverance, determination, and it's giving us the ability to thrive in tough situations. When I say thrive, I don't necessarily mean just in academic matters. Whether you're thriving by somehow staying sane in this mess, you're improving on art skills, your sport, or your instruments, you're learning to persevere and still find a way to make the best of your situation. Everything we face throughout these 3 years has been a lesson. This lesson might have been intentional, it might not have been. Regardless, the lessons we learned from our teachers and friends were there to prepare us for high school, college, and life. I wish everyone well, and I know that wherever every single one of us ends up, whether it's Ballard, Atherton, Central, Eastern, or Iroquois, we will be carrying these vital lessons. Thank you for 3 years, Hawks team.
class, you have made it to the end of the school year. I know this is not how we all expected to be celebrating the ending of the school year, but always remember your times at Westport. Remember, we taught you to be bold, we taught you to be courageous, and we've taught you to be your best. So Westport class of 2020, we honor you, we salute you, and good luck in high school.